My name is Matthew, and I'm here to talk today about the importance of voting. How would you feel if you woke up tomorrow in a communist country, you go to your job making the same amount of money as everybody else, everybody pays the same taxes, everybody lives the same way, the same house, same kind of neighborhood. You're not allowed to express your opinions. You're only allowed to have the view and thoughts of the leader that put himself in charge. Now imagine if you could change all this with one simple action. You go vote. I am standing in front of you today to persuade you to exercise the rights that were fought for and granted to everybody here. Voting is what this country was built on. It gives everybody the opportunity to potentially make a difference in political actions. It provides us with a fair way to elect our superiors and leaves everybody with a sense of goodwill, knowing that they've done something to better their country. The stability of our country depends on voting. It goes all the way back to day one, when the settlers landed on Plymouth Rock. Shortly after they landed, 6 men sat together in a circle and voted one leader of the colony. The problem with this, however, was there were 144 people on the boat and only 6 of them got to vote. This limited voting, however, led to our modern system of an almost equal opportunity vote. This also led up to other important dates in voting history, starting in 1787, when white male property owners, ages 21 and up, were given the rights of vote. About 20 years later, this was revised to where all males that were white, 21 and up, could vote. The 15th Amendment in 1870 gave the right to all men 21 and older, regardless of race or ethnicity. The 19th Amendment, passed shortly after, gave all women and men 21 and older the right to vote. Most importantly to me and my peers is the 26th Amendment, which gave all citizens of the United States ages 18 or older the right to vote. With all these laws passed and being fought for to give everybody the right to vote, why waste the opportunity? And with this opportunity, what are the benefits that come with it? Voting allows us to make an impact on an election through a majority rules environment. It also allows us as Americans to voice our opinions on the things that can affect everything from our local communities to federal government. WebMD conducted a study about correlations between voting and health. This is just another one of the benefits of voting. Their results showed that by not just having the right to vote, but actually participating in the elections, can lead to stronger mental stability. By having this mindset that you voting can give yourself and others around you a better life, also in turn leads to better physical health. In close elections, such as the one in 2000 and 2004, these make your vote more powerful because of how close they were and give you a stronger mental aspect of your mind that is boosted more than just participating in an election that isn't as close. We hear all the time about things that can help improve our health, such as eating right, exercising, getting enough sleep, but psychologist Mark Zimmerman says part of the overall picture of good health is to learn how you can empower yourself so you can have control over the things in life that are under your control. This thing he's talking about is voting. You don't always have to win the election, or the person you vote for doesn't always have to win, but of course it's better. When the person you voted for wins, there's a stronger positive effect on your mind, therefore a stronger positive effect on your outlook. However, just voting in general, win or lose, can be beneficial. Voting is not something we only do for the benefits, but also provides us with a fair way to elect our superiors. Even though right now we're aware of the campaigns that are going on around us, there is a large percentage of Americans that simply do not vote. Some of these same people that don't vote are some of the same ones you hear complaining about. They weren't pleased with the outcome of the election, they wish the other person would have won, when overall they didn't do their part in making sure the person they would have preferred won. The largest turnout of registered voters that has shown up for an election in most recent years was in the 2008 election. Being a controversial election, only 50% of the country that were of voting age showed up to cast their vote. You would think that being such a controversial election, more people would have shown up. If you refer to your visuals that you have sitting in front of you, out of the 57%, it only attributes to about 188 million Americans. That's a very small number compared to the high amount of people we have in the country. One would think that after all of the fighting and work put forth to give us the right to vote, more people would be interested in trying to change their political future. Even with the magnitude of recent elections, percentages still weren't as high as they had been in the 1960s. As you see on your chart that I gave y'all, in 1966, 65% of the country showed up to cast their vote. Studies also have shown that voter turnout tends to be smaller for lesser elections. Not always a presidential election is the only one that needs to be worried about. Other elections are regional, city, and even your county elections. If you're anything like me, you are also disappointed in the small turnout of voters. The only real excuse for not turning up to vote in a sudden event that impacts your life so greatly is laziness. The presidential elections are coming up, as you are aware, and there's no reason for any American not to go out and use the rights that have been fought and granted to us. Our country was founded on elections, and it's still the way that we choose our most prominent officials. Voting also provides us with many benefits, ranging from health and self-gratification. By providing us with a fair way to elect our officials, there's no reason for anyone not to get out and vote, not only in the upcoming election, but in all future elections. I plan on voting in every election I get the opportunity to, and I hope this speech has convinced you to do so also. Got it?